So I recently hosted an insight session with an immigration lawyer from a law firm that handles thousands of EB1As and O1s. Here's his take on the authorship criterion and whether you need papers and citations. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jason and I work with several top immigration lawyers, which is where my EB1A and O1 profile building insights come from. I also run a paid newsletter for $12 per month, through which you can get access to my newsletter resources, which includes a profile building opportunities database that lists over 400 opportunities categorized by field and criteria. You will also get access to my private group where members have been able to find co-authors for papers and articles, have been able to find opportunities shared by other members, and have also been able to find collaborators in general for profile building. If you're interested in these resources, check out the link in the comments. And now here is the excerpt from the session about authorship.
Super important question that I get asked a lot. I know, I certainly work with a number of academics filing for O1 or EB1A, or potentially, some like research scientists at Amazon who are publishing academic papers as part of their work. But for many industry tech professionals and others I work with, like publishing a journal article is not an organic part of your work. And I strongly feel that it's not, I wouldn't say it's not helpful, but it's definitely not necessary for your EB1A profile to sort of artificially go out and look for that. If you feel like targeting the authorship criteria is something that's organic and doable to sort of demonstrate your expertise in the field, I would lean much more heavily on that sort of professional publications. Publish a short article in Hacker Noon, in D-Zone, towards data science, like these sort of smaller syndicated but sort of expert focused publications is going to look, and I think not just look, but is a much more sort of authentic expression of how you might sort of step out in your field, rather than sort of applying for an IEEE journal on, that is maybe tenuously related to what you do.
So just to recap what he said, authorship is not necessarily about citations and papers, especially as an industry professional. In fact, it can be quite difficult to present how papers and citations actually help with the final merits of your argument. That is, unless potentially if you can show how these papers help showcase your industry expertise, and that is possible if you have conferences that have industry tracks or journals that have industry tracks. If you can show that these tracks are covered and read by industry professionals in your field, especially top industry professionals, that could be a way to contextualize your authorship argument within final merits, even if you've just published papers and have citations. So that could be a way to use papers and citations to help with the final merits of your EB1A or O1 profile, but they are by no means necessary for authorship. Instead, you can always target industry publications, which may be more straightforward to publish in depending on the publication.